You might like Iron Man, but here's a bunch of people who hated it. Iron Man is an above-average comic book movie. I don't know if that's saying much. I enjoy what it is. It's a fun movie if you have a home theater system, and sludge if you don't. So it shit on a phone? You have to have at least $30,000 of equipment in order to really thoroughly enjoy this movie. Also, calling a movie sludge is a little weird. I didn't like that movie. It was kind of moist. Ugh.
I think this is probably the worst movie I've seen years. I'm just assuming that every time you put the word seen, it autocorrects to sin because you're like always trying to save people, maybe? I don't know.
Iron Man is okay, not the best. But 4 stars? You are a generous person. If I ever meet you, I'll buy you a beer.
I've had just about enough of the Arabs/Russian, basically foreigners being the bad guys. That is just so old. Because of that, I disliked the movie altogether. Half a star for the special effect, and that's about it. Sexist and racist. That's all this movie was. Yuck. See, I don't find this sexist, I find him sexist until he has redemption, and I don't find it racist because there are many times when Arabs are a threat. And it's not just Arabs, it's those specific Arabs. It's like militant, fanatical ones, not like every single Arab. And let me reiterate, I'm not talking about all Arabs, I'm talking about up people. Plus, the villain of this movie is Jeff Bridges.
Barely watchable trash. I stuck through it to be polite to the person who wanted me to see it, but managed to get out of enduring any of the sequels. Loud noises and expensive special effects can't make up for the absence of a plot, writing, characterization, or really anything interesting. I guess you watched it, so barely watchable. No plot. The rich philanthropist billionaire has a soul-redeeming moment that turns him into a vigilante with money that tries to save the world from threats and some white dude played by Jeff Bridges. But I will commend yet another person for sticking around and being polite to their friend, even though they didn't like the movie. One's on me.
Kojak's gonna have to buy a beer for every person who made a review of this episode. No great heights here of plot or characters, but it fulfills the action genre as expected. Gwyneth Paltrow is cast in the Kirsten Dunst role and does okay. Has Kirsten Dunst been in that role in more than just Spider-Man? Why has it become her role? There's other people who have been in that kind of role, right? Not just Kirsten Dunst. That's really funny. Only Kirsten Dunst can play this role, except Gwyneth Paltrow did okay.
There's only so much RDJ I can stand, and this passed the limit. 2016, so you've avoided Marvel religiously, if that's the case. That's a funny religion. No RDJ. All hail the emptiness.
I'm picturing this person running for like 10 years straight, constantly seeing Marvel posters of Robert Downey Jr. like, no, no. I was hoping for something more like Funny Games. Is that a movie? It's like Hunger Games, except instead of trying to kill each other, they try and make each other laugh? Or it's the Wayans brothers spoof of the Hunger Games?
Not bad, not great, not Spider-Man. No shit. Although Gwyneth Paltrow played Kirsten Dunst in it, so I mean, maybe? He's red, but he has money and isn't a high schooler. So you're right.
The Iron Man series puts me to sleep. And I would kill for a movie that puts me to sleep. I have insomnia. Also, it's weird that something with that many f***ing explosions puts you to sleep.
I'll bet the good old Robert likes to watch this movie while he takes a bath in all of the cash he made from Avengers. But hey, it was a fun little movie. I hope he does. Scrooge McDuck and his Benjamins. Yeah, it's not that dirty.
Yuck! There's no story in here. That grosses you out? Ew, lack of story. It's like when you go to Barnes & Noble and you open a book and then you realize it's a journal. All there is lines.
Not my favorite Iron Man because it's all about introduction, who the characters are, how he became Iron Man. There's just not enough fighting for me that I thought. Like half the movie is fighting and cool tech stuff and science. It's like Neil deGrasse Tyson's wet dream.
Robert Downey Jr. is disgusting as always. He ruins every movie in which he acts. So he's the only problem with this movie and any movie he's in? Wow. I feel like it's more challenging for one actor to be able to ruin an entire movie than it is to be good. What makes him disgusting? Is it because he doesn't have a story?
Yuck. Movie was dull. Iron Man has never been my favorite character. 1 star. That's very nice of you. I'm running out of money for this beer.
Boring, overrated, lacks a lot of important things. Robert Downey Jr. really doesn't fit in this role, man. I mean, by the time you wrote this, he's already been Iron Man in like 4 movies. He's become Iron Man, just like Hugh Jackman's become Wolverine, or Wesley Snipes became Blade, or how Paul Giamatti became the Rhino. Can't think about Paul Giamatti without thinking about the Rhino. That's not true. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it so you can be notified every time we have a video out. If you want to see another one from us, click one of the ones on the screen, and until we see you next time, geek out and game on.